Hey y'all, YouTube. This is me with EDC Lifestyle, and I got most important part of the gear, one of the few important ones. This is an EDC slash, prepper backpack right here. This is what I carry. This is what I fly with. This is fly already. Everything that's here is legal to bring on a plane in under the plane. I'm not talking about up in a cockpit, whatever. I'm talking about under the plane. So if I have to fly somewhere, like for example, I always carry a tape, any type of tape that I can use. I carry a little sketchy notebook, waterproof notebook here. I have my hygienes, I carry wet wipes right here, as y'all can see, because wet wipes can be used for a lot of purposes, Maybe when you use a restroom somewhere in woods, in the middle of nowhere, it's good to, stay fresh, stay clean. These are great, okay? You eat, you wanna wash your hands, you wash your hands with one of them. What I also carry here is my tourniquet. Yes, I do have a tourniquet here. This is the US Army issue pouch. Let me open this very quick. I'm not a big fan of this one, but this is actually, I hope it's not expired, but let me see. Oh, cool, y'all. 2015. I mean, it's still gonna work, you know what I mean? It's an island, nothing bad about it. This is a great tourniquet, by the way. These cat tourniquets are the best. So that's what I carry. I always carry a tourniquet because you may not carry your sidearm, okay, when you on the plane, but you may always get a shot when you get off the plane. You know that you never know. You're in a city. Let's say one time I landed in LA and I'm going down, LA, walking with this backpack on my back. There is a mass shooting going down, okay, and I end up getting hit. Technically, I'm not gonna do a video on this one, how to apply one until later on. But yeah, this is a good thing to have, no matter where you are. You can get stabbed, you can get punctured, and you need to stop the bleeding. This is the way to go, okay? And that's why I carry one. I got some band-aids, whatever, little band-aids here. If I get cut, scrap, whatever. So I don't have to go to my full medical kit. I'm gonna show y'all later. That way, I can just grab it, and I got a gas. So if I need to wrap something very quick, it's right on top of here, and I get to have it, okay? Of course, I got my charger here, but so that's Type-C. Not understanding much because I'm an iPhone guy, and I don't still have the iPhone that has actually this one. This is for some other stuff that I have, that needs the charging. The next thing on the top is gonna be the most important part for a human, okay? Is a toothpaste and a toothbrush. And of course, we're gonna have my gospel spreading coins here to spread gospel, right? The most important one too. And on the top here, let me keep this one out because I'm gonna do a later review on this one. And put my wipes back in here. Also, sometimes I keep a rubber bands, around if I need to hold things together, stuff like that. This is my top pouch. When it comes to the bottom pouch right here, let me get a little bit lower. Bottom pouch right here. I'm gonna have my hygiene kit. You can get it from Walmart for like $10, less than that probably. As y'all can see, I got another straw here. This is what I'm gonna use. This is what I'm gonna carry, no matter what. I keep my 511 gloves because there's nothing worse than being in a survival situation and you working out there and you get blisters, all right? So you put some good gloves on to grip things, prepare a campfire, stuff like that. That's one thing. I always carry some old good zip ties, okay? You can zip tie things, and let's say you're in a situation where you need to zip tie a person, okay, until the help arrives, some crazy guy that's acting crazy and you need to zip tie him down. You can do that too, that's why I carry them. Not for that reason, but for multiple purposes. Here I got a waterproof kit that I have a bunch of cool stuff in here. So I carry my waterproof, windproof, matches. A bunch of ear tips because you never know when you need them. Some paracord right here. I got a Zippo lighter and I got my chlorine filtration pills. Let me see when they expire so I can actually. Oh, 2028, so I'm good. Making sure, I don't want to expire things. I got another lighter. You see, you double check every time you check your kit. This is why we double check our product. You see, now Now this thing don't work. Now I know to replace it, right? Because I've been flying so much, you know, when it gets on the plane. Y'all see? That's why it's important to check your kit. I got spork, and I got spoon here, and I got fork. So if I'm out there on a plane and I need to eat something, you know, if I'm taking this backpack on the plane, but if I'm taking under the plane, of course, that's when I get to the destination. I think this is the most important when it comes to, you know, your feet, all right? This is the blister pack. You're gonna need ones. You know, if you do a lot of hiking, a lot of stuff like that, you may need one. It's right here, ready for you. Then I got, of course, a fire starter. I always carry one. And I got a black marker, just in case I need to mark my tourniquet. I need to do whatever I need to do, you know, mark maybe a tree in a freaking forest when I got lost, you know, and I need to freaking make sure I'm going the right way. I want to mark a tree, right? Make a little mark, let's say make a V shape, E shape, whatever I can do. You never know what you need a marker for. This is a compass. It's a little tool. It's a fire starter with compass on it as well. So I keep this one here. And I got another fire starter, y'all. Don't think I'm crazy, okay? But if you're gonna be out there for a few weeks, you know, few months possibly, getting lost, you know, in a wilderness after big storm, and you got stuck somewhere and nobody's coming to help you, it's always good to have few, okay? That way you can actually build your fire every day, because those go fast, all right? And it's better to have 3 than having 1. You losing it, breaking it, whatever happens, and you stuck. So I'm glad I want to replace this lighter. That's why it's always important to check your things. And I have a tweezer. I carry a tweezer here just in case I get splinters, maybe something, you know, you never know what you can get, splinters, whatever, thorns from trees, stuff like that. Put these matches back here. You know, you can have your own kit, okay? You can build your own kit. You don't have to go by me when I'm coming here, okay? This is just me being me, alright? And what I carry is not necessarily what you need to be carrying out there. You know, what you may not need all the stuff. You may need just a smaller backpack with less stuff, okay? Because it depends how active you are, how much you travel, what places did you been to, stuff like that. If you're going, for example, international, you know, traveling, stuff like that, you may actually have more than this, alright? Because, you know, when you're out there for months in different countries, stuff like that, you actually want to make sure you prepare. You know, you don't want to just go out there with one small backpack with 3 items in it. So when I open the main compartment here, I carry my medical kit, first aid kit, 160 pieces in here. I'm gonna open it very quick, and I pack my own stuff, alright, y'all? I do not trust what it comes. So you got the basic stuff, but then you have some wound packing stuff. That's mine, okay? I put it in there because you never know. Also, of course, I got an Narcan. I'm not gonna be going nowhere without a Narcan these days. Not happening, you know? Not that I'm using, you know, that's not the case. But there's a lot of people out there that use, you know, substances that they're not supposed to. And if I need to save somebody's life to help them out, you know, and all that, I gladly do it. So this is my bandana, okay? Right here. Y'all can probably familiar, anybody that's ever been overseas, Afghanistan, you know, Middle East, you know what is this for. This is not for, you know, me to be out here, you know, going for jihad or anything like that. It's more like, you know, you see a lot of these Palestinian protesters, stuff like that. If I'm in a city or something like that and I want to camouflage myself, you know, if I put this over my face, keep dust out, keep my identity out if I need to, is a great thing to have, okay? These bandanas is very great to have. Because if you're in a city and you have crazy protesters everywhere, and then I always keep spare underwear and spare socks right in this pocket here, because you never know when you need that. The next thing is one of these survival tents, okay? Emergency survival tent. I keep one here. May probably never use it, okay? I hope not, you know? But it's orange, that means it brings you help, okay? I'm not gonna open it because y'all probably know how a survival tent looks like, but this is enough big for one person to be able to sleep in it, okay? And that's it for this packet. There's a small zipper here, and that's where I keep the German Army Special Forces food over here, ratio, and it's actually heat energy bar. Looks like this. It's made in Germany for the German Special Forces, and this stuff tastes horrible. Okay, I bought few of them and I tested few, and I'm like, I'm dying, alright, when I'm testing it. But this is gonna keep you up. This right here can be food for 3 to 4 days, alright, of food rations right here in this small package, you know. I'd rather have this and knowing that I'm having something, okay, to eat than having nothing in this backpack. That's why I have 2, you know. This is gonna be basically 4 days worth of food for me if there's a needs like this. But if I'm, let's say, get off the plane in the middle of nowhere and I'm going out camping, something like that, and let's say I get lost, I got four days of food before I have to hunt, fish, do whatever, right? So that's very important, you know, because I want to be able to hunt, fish, all right, but have a full stomach. I don't want to be out there trying to fish for a fish, you know, and literally my stomach is hurting from being hungry. Okay, that's why having stuff like this is very important. So this is my EDC backpack. I may add some stuff, you know, I might bring a fixed blade that I put here, stuff like that, but mostly this is what if there's something going on right now, I need to grab this backpack and get the heck out of here, I'm ready. You know what I mean? That's the point of it. I can maybe add some ammo and I can add other stuff in it, but I'm always ready when it comes to the basic stuff, you know, to get out of the door if I have to, basically. Thanks for watching. Get yourself some nice survival / EDC backpack when you travel.